So that's it from Rob, Dara, David, Alan and me, and I leave you with this quotation from Eric Morecambe. My neighbour asked if he could use my lawnmower, and I told him of course he could, so long as he didn't take it out of my garden. Thank you and good night. I leave you with a simple truth gleaned from the blogosphere. Friendship is like wetting your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel its warmth. Thank you and good night. And me. And we'll leave you with this self-evident truth from James Hetfield, off of Metallica, who said, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye. Then it's fun and games that you can't see anymore. Thank you and good night. You all safe onward journeys, and I leave you with this from Ambrose Bierce. War is God's way of teaching Americans geography. Good night. We are bidding a cool Yule and a gear new year to you all from David, Bill, Lee, Alan and me. And tonight, for some reason, I thought I'd leave you with a joke about doctors and time travel. Doctor, I keep seeing into the future. And when did this start? Next Tuesday afternoon. Good night and happy Christmas. And Alan and I leave you with our genius Leonardo da Vinci's favourite joke. It was asked of a painter why, since he made such beautiful figures, which were but dead things, why his children were so ugly. To which the painter replied that he made his pictures by day, but his children by night. QI, so it's good night from Ronnie, Sandy, Jack, Alan and me. Hopefully the real winner tonight has been mutual understanding and respect. I leave you with this thought from Canadian feminist Charlotte Whitten. Whatever women do, they must do it twice as well as men to be thought half as good. Luckily, that isn't difficult. Good night. Von dieser QI-Ausgabe und von Rob, Sean, Joe, Alan und mir. I leave you with the story about the Bloomsbury Group writer, Lytton Strachey, who was... how should I put it, a confirmed bachelor, an aesthete, and also a conscientious objector and a pacifist. And he appeared before the Conscientious Objection Board, and they were obviously going to quiz him on whether or not he truly was it or was just a coward trying to get out of serving. They said, Mr. Strachey, are you married? No, he said. Well, they said, well, do you have a sister? He said, yes, I do have a sister. They said, well, suppose a German soldier came and tried to rape her, what would you do? He said, well, in that case, I would endeavour to place myself between them. I'll leave you the story of a couple who went to the Natural History Museum and they saw the big dinosaur skeleton there and they asked the attendant how old it was and he said it's 65 million, 14 years and 3 months old. And they said, well, that's amazing. Is that like carbon dating? How can you tell so precisely how old it is? He said, no. He said, when I first came here, they told me it was 65 million years old and I've been here 14 years and 3 months. Thank you. Good night. And me, and to leave you with this thought from the great Jack Handy. Before you criticise someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticise them, you'll be a mile away, and you'll have their shoes. Good night. And I leave you with this. The actress Tallulah Bankhead was in a stall in the ladies' lavatory when she heard somebody leaving the next cubicle and called out, honey, I got no paper in here. Can you see if there's some in your stall? And the woman says, I'm afraid not. So Tallulah says, could you check if by the hand basins there's some paper towels? And the woman says, oh, no, I can't see any there. And Tallulah says, in that case, have you got 2 10s for a 20? Good night. And I leave you with one last interesting thing about gravity. You know, in the early days of television, it was widely believed that television sets weighed more when they were switched on. And the main reason for this belief apparently came from reading the manufacturer's instructions, which warned people always to switch off their sets before attempting to move them. Good night. Thank you. After I've just got enough time to thank Jimmy, Jack, Sue and Alan, and I leave you with the following boo-boo from baseball great Yogi Berra. You should always go to other people's funerals, he said, otherwise they won't come to yours. Thank you and good night. Finally, there's a story of a Greek and Italian who were having an argument over the age-old question of who had the superior culture. And the Greek said proudly, we have the Parthenon. And the Italian counters with, we have the Colosseum. The Greek retorts, we gave birth to advanced mathematics. Yes, says the Italian, but we built the Roman Empire. Finally, the Greek comes up with the clincher. We invented sex, he says triumphantly. That's true, the Italian replies, but we thought of having it with women. Good night. So it's good night from Johnny, Rob, David, Alan and me. Good night.